Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of April 12th in my memory planner. As always, this is my Aura Estelle A5 wide cloud planner, and these are Caress Press inserts. I do have a full setup for this link down in the description below, and I am going to be using this kit from Caress Press. This was the January mystery kit, and it's called Rainy Days. It is the most April vibes kit ever, and I am absolutely just here for it. So cute. Love all the full boxes. You know I have some rainbow washi pulled out to match with this kit. Super cute with like the dark blue and then the pastel rainbow. I absolutely love it. This is the essential size kit, which is the size kit that I get for the mystery, but also the size I usually buy from her shop. I just think it's such a good size kit. It's the second smallest kit she offers, but it is absolutely huge, and it comes with more than everything you could possibly need. Love this yellow so much. Glitter headers over here, all of your sidebar stuff over here. This is a newer format of kit, so you do get the bottom washi and an extra full box with like the cute Scrabble thing. And then this is the page that is different from some recent ones I've used, post reformat. So you do get 6 of these little square boxes. I really like these. I think they look really nice in the spread, but they are the same size as a half box, like depth-wise inside the spread. So I find them a little bit hard to pull in. I wish they were like third size or even quarter size, and then for me that would be just a little bit more functional, but I feel like most shops do it like that. But anyway, this is a mystery kit, so it did come with these extra full boxes, including these 2 extra ones that are like zoom in, zoom outs of different full boxes in the kit, and then some alternate hair colors and skin tones for these fashion girls. This also did come with a foil bundle, but I don't have that stored with the kit, and I'm not planning on like using it. I'm planning on doing my regular style of planning with just pulling in from my foil collection. We'll be using silver foil for this. It did also come with this extra bottom washi piece, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out the pages and jump in. I'm just getting started with the date covers and some floral date dots from Simply Watercolor Co. That I thought were super cute, and I had this exact week, even though I had been like using that sheet last year or whenever I had picked those up. So I decided I had to use them since I had the full set of numbers. That's like kind of the problem with the decorative date dots. I feel like once you stop using them, and then it's like really hard to get them to line up. But anyway, this was a really great week. I got my first COVID vaccine on the Wednesday of this week, so really exciting. I'm very excited about that. I was registered on my county's website to get them, and they just decided to do it as a lottery when the eligibility opened up to everyone, and I got one of the first available appointments like post opening up to everyone, so that was really exciting. And now they seem to be like working through the backlog really super fast. My husband was able to get his shot the week after this, and yeah, it seems like it's running a lot smoother than it was in the beginning, so that is exciting, and we will all be fully vaccinated by, I guess, like the end of May, after we get our second shots. And you wait like your 2 or 3 weeks after your second shot, I think, is when you're counted as fully vaccinated. Anyway, that was super exciting. And then this weekend, the craziest coincidence that I've ever heard of in my life. I don't know. I had a really crazy coincidence this weekend. So we were outside playing with our neighbors on Sunday, just like hanging out outside. Our kids were on their swing set. We were just like chatting with them, and my mom was over, so we were all talking, and we already knew this. So our neighbor went to the same high school as me. We both still live in the same area, but not like in the same school district, if that makes sense. It's like 30 minutes away. Anyway, so we already knew that, and she actually graduated from high school with one of my cousins. She's like a little bit older than me. And we were just talking, and she was like, oh, I never asked you, where did you grow up? And then I was like, oh, I said the name of the street where we lived. And then she was like, no, that's where I live too. I was like, really? That's so weird. And then it turned out that we had bought that house that I lived in when I went to high school from her parents. Is that like the craziest thing ever? Now we just live next to each other, but we had like the same bedroom as each other in high school. Like our bedrooms were the same, because when her family sold the house when she was already like out of college at that point, my parents bought it from her. So super weird, crazy coincidence, totally random. We were like just like talking about the house and like talking about so super crazy. But anyway, so that was our funny story that happened
wasn't like the house I grew up in when I was like super little. We moved a couple of times like within the same district growing up. So this is the one that I lived in like high school, maybe from like the end of junior high to like the beginning of college. And then my parents moved again when I was in college, but they actually left the district at that point because then they didn't have any more kids left in still going to school. But anyway, I also, of course, am using rainbow washi back on the spread now, jumping back and forth between stories and the spread as always. And that rainbow washi is actually from the tie-dye release, and that was the tie-dye release from Simply Gilded, which it came with, there's like 3 or 4 different tie-dye patterns of washi. It's like my favorite release of hers of all time. It's some of my favorite washi. It's just so gorgeous. Anyway, this is the rainbow one, so I definitely wanted to bring that in. It was such a perfect match, and because it was so light, I just decided to use like the darker blue washi that came with the extras. This was a mystery kit, so I had like a lot of extra things, like the extra page of full boxes and the bottom washi and stuff. But yeah, and I actually think this foil that this came with was silver, but I didn't feel like doing the whole bougie box thing, so I didn't even bother to get it out. I wanted to go with like the more, which you'll see in a second, but I went with like the more frame looking full box overlays, which I'm actually running really low on, and I want like more of them. But I did just buy some of the tape ones that are that style from Rose Colored Days on the PBC style, because I've been like really into that lately, but I don't have a lot of them, so I can't do it every week, and I just like try and decide if it's worth doing or not. But so I did like a lot of the sort of frame style ones this week. And anyway, and then I put a full box on the bottom there, which I actually meant to do with a day extender to put my vaccine sticker, which I saved, which I will do off camera at the end and flip that up. So since you're, I always feel like, obviously I love stickers so much because like, hello. But the average adult does not love stickers as much as I do, but during elections and stuff like that, I feel like the COVID-19 sticker is like the same thing. It's like the I voted sticker. And then that's when that average person loves stickers like as much as a planner person loves stickers. But anyway, so I did save that to put in there as like a little memory keeping thing. I thought that was so cute. And then I'm just finishing up here with the pre-spread thing. I will just warn you that the second half of the week, my footage was corrupted and I had to restore it. I have like software that you can use to restore it. And so if it's like a little bit jumpy or there's like a little bit of like weird flashes on the screen, it's from that, and I'm sorry, but I was not willing to lose the footage because it drives me crazy when it happens, and I still I try and do everything I can to restore it. So the software actually works pretty well, but it's just like it's not like as high quality as if the VIT file wasn't corrupted in the first place. But anyway, on Monday I slept in, and I am using Munchkins and Paper and Milk Marus this week. I think that they look really, really cute with the kit, with just like the kind of rainy day rainbow vibes. I don't know why, I was just really feeling them. So anyway, and then I did some work, my usual work. These are the new Crafts by Towie laptops that I got. And then I also did some reading, and I didn't write down what book I read, but I've been reading like a lot of, supernatural romances on Kindle Unlimited lately, and I actually just like kind of hate them, but also kind of love them, and I'm just reading this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so garbage and it's not well written, but I'm just enjoying it, so whatever. Anyway, so that is what I've been reading lately, although then I get like really angry at them and then I have to like completely switch genres. It's been a while since I've read like a quote unquote real book. I just have been mostly reading like romance, cozy mystery, and YA, and like even YA, like not real YA, like very light and fluffy things. It's been a while since I've read like anything of like any kind of substance, but that's totally fine. And then that night we watched The Nevers, which is a new show on HBO or HBO Max. It's like a one episode every week, not like a whole. You can stream the whole thing at once, and I can't remember if this was the first week it came out or the week before. They come out on Sundays, and I really, really like it. It's like a supernatural show. I don't know. But it's in like 1800s London, so it's really fun. It's like a period piece and supernaturals, which is like two of my favorite things smushed together. So yeah. Anyway, I am really enjoying it. I think there's only been like 2 or 3 episodes so far, but they have been really, really good. And it seems like a pretty high budget show, so very high quality. Anyway, then I took a bath that night. So I was trying to pull in a bunch of these new honey ink stickers that I just got to use with the squares. The first one I did took me like a while, and then when I did the other ones later in the spread, I think I did like 4 of them. It was much smoother since I knew I liked the way that it looked going down. So I just paired the icon on one side, that bathtub is from Craft by Towie, and then with a flower, and then some of the smaller doodles. And the flower and all of the smaller doodles are all new stickers that I just got from my first honey inked order. And I was like, originally I was trying to make it look like all dainty and layered the way like Rachel from Gathered Plans does it, but like I can't, it's not a skill I've quite mastered yet. It's just like I just cram too much stuff in, and there's not like enough white spaces in my spread to do like that kind of layering, but I do think it turned out pretty cute. And then I had these dividers also from Honey Inked, so I cut this one in half to also pair down, and these will be in a haul that's coming up soon because this Friday was the PBC sale, and I did so much shopping. So hopefully I will get the rest of those orders soon, and then I think one, if not like my next video, the video after that will probably be a haul. So, because I've been trying to film it and like edit as I go. I usually do like in like a couple of batches, like 2 or 3 different batches, which is why my nails always change during a haul. Anyway, and then, so it took me forever to get like this little bottom quarter down, and I probably should have sped this up more, but I didn't, so I'm sorry about that. You just got to listen to me talk about nothing. Anyway, on to Tuesday. On Tuesday, I just hung out with the kids, and we went for a walk that day, and oh my gosh, this day, I was on the phone with like insurance trying to figure out our homeowner's insurance situation for like 2 hours, and I made a bunch of doctor's appointments. I just felt like I was on the phone all day. I was just like, I didn't want to do anything or talk to anybody after that. That is way too much contact for me. I was just like, I don't need to be doing this. The poor guy on the phone that was like helping me with the insurance was just like, you're doing so great. I was like, why are you being, I was like, I get why you're being so nice because it's like your job and stuff. But he was just, it was very comforting and also patronizing. But anyway, but it's done. We figured it out. Everything is settled. So we're good. Anyway, and then the kids were going crazy in the afternoon and being just like so bratty and whiny and just like, and like the hardest part about that is it really makes me want to just let them watch TV so that I don't have to deal with it, but I don't want them to be rewarded for good behavior by getting to watch more TV. So it's always a mental struggle between those two things. But yeah, anyway, and then that night I just like read. Honestly, I couldn't even deal with like the noise from the TV after how much I had been on the phone that day. So I just did some reading. And then on Wednesday, I was so tired because like, of course I was after the day before. And then when kids are like whiny like that, it's usually because they're overtired, and then they don't sleep well because they're overtired, and it is a vicious cycle. But anyway, I was just really tired, and then that day I had my COVID appointment. It was during lunch so that my husband could stay with the baby, and he just came home for lunch from work and stayed with her while I went and got my shot. And it didn't, like, honestly, they made me wait for like 15 minutes before I could leave, but that 15 minutes took longer than the whole rest of the process. It was like super smooth. The appointment time thing works really well. You just like walk in, get your shot, and then sit for 15 minutes and walk out. So I was like very impressed with how smoothly that it ran, because I did get it from the county, like at a mass clinic, not at like a pharmacy or anything like that. So very exciting also. And then that afternoon, while the baby was napping, I did some planning. I had meant to do it the day before, but I was just like so done from the insurance stuff, so I didn't do it. I just sat there. And then that night I took a bath, and then in like the evening my arm started to really hurt, and I felt like really, really tired, and like a little bit sick. Not too bad, like I said. So I did just go to bed early. And then on Thursday, I'm just like a little bit ahead. Anyway, on Thursday it was Yom HaZamat, which is Israeli Independence Day. Not something I would usually mark in my planner, because it's not like something I do anything particular to celebrate with, but they were having like a big thing at school for it, and they asked all the kids to wear like blue and white, which is the colors of the Israeli flag, and they had like, I don't know, food from Israel and music and stuff. So my daughter was excited for that, and they all came home with little flags. So I did just mark that in the planner, just since they were celebrating it at school. And then I actually took my son and the baby baby over to my dad's house because it wasn't like super nice outside weather-wise, and I was still feeling pretty tired from the vaccine, and I didn't feel like going to the playground while the cleaners were over because of that. So we went over to my dad's house and just hung out while the house got cleaned. And then, oh my gosh, I'd like to say that this was from the vaccine, but honestly, I don't think it was. We got so lost on the way home. And like, this is a drive that I make at least once a week, every week to like, and my dad has lived in this house for, I don't know, a really long time. Since I was in like late in high school. My parents are divorced, but I just say my parents and we all hang out together. It's a whole thing. But anyway, my dad has lived in this house for a really long time. I make this drive by myself almost every week once, and then as a family we usually go there on the weekend one of the days. So no excuse. My GPS was on even beyond that, so because I always drive with my GPS on, unless literally except for my drive to school every morning and like taking the kids to school and back. Every other time I'm in the car I have my GPS on because of how bad my sense of direction is. And somehow I still got lost. I drove past my exit by accident and then got back on the road, but there's like a fork and you can get on two different highways, and I got on the wrong highway. I don't even know how this happened, and I was just like, I was so annoyed with myself, but then also just laughing so hard. And I was like, this is my life when I was a teenager, like before iPhones existed, and I was just lost all of the time. I used to have to call my parents like from everywhere to be like, how do I get home from here? Because I just didn't know, and I would like print out the MapQuest, and I still would get lost. I just really, like, I need someone to specifically, I need the GPS lady to specifically tell me every single turn, and even then, it's just not. Anyway, so it was a whole thing. And then that afternoon, my son and the baby were having a little fun wrestling match on the sofa, and it was all good, and then all of a sudden it was not. Anyway, she ended up, I think, scratching her own face, but her nail was like so long and she had like such a bad cut. It's honestly, it's still like healing now, and it was like bleeding, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh, poor little thing. And then I cut everyone's nails, but I just feel like it's impossible to keep up with the nails. They grow so quickly. And then we got takeout that night, and we got Thai food. And then on Friday was the PBC sale, and I went hard. Oh my gosh. Some haul coming your way. Anyway, and then I did some planner stuff, and then I just ended up, I've been like in my spare time when I want to watch TV, I'm like, my husband's not around or doesn't feel like watching. I've just been watching The Travelers again, which is on Netflix, and I've already watched the whole show, but it was long enough ago that I don't super remember it. So I've been rewatching that, and I just watched a bunch of episodes on Friday, and then later that night I hung out with my husband, and I'm doing my same little floral deco on the box there. I love the way that looks. I actually think it turned out really cute. So I'm glad I decided to try that. Anyway, on Saturday, we went and got coffee. We went to Starbucks, and then my mother-in-law came over. We just like hung out at the house. It was really nice out. We were outside for a while, and we swapped the car seats, which I had been like asking my husband to help do for like 3 weeks, but then we just kept forgetting about it, or other stuff kept coming up because I wanted my baby, who's like 14 months now, has been in the infant like click-in carrier car seat, and I wanted to switch her to the other one. But instead of buying a new car seat for her, because like those next up car seats can be kind of expensive, we ended up buying a forward-facing booster convertible car seat for my oldest, who is technically old enough for a booster, but we still have her in the 5-point harness just because she's on the small side and it's safer. And then giving the baby her old car seat and giving her a new car seat, since those car seats are a lot cheaper. So anyway, we've had it since Black Friday last year because it's one of the things we bought on Black Friday. But we finally did swap it. And then we got cheesesteaks for lunch. And then in the afternoon, when everyone woke up from their naps, we actually went to the playground and we had really fun. And we ran into some classmates of my daughter, which was exciting. And she always gets like really excited when she sees people from school outside of school, because I don't know, I guess I would too. But anyway, so we did that. And yeah, and then that was it for the day. We just like hung out at night, did nothing. And then on Sunday, we went and got a new fish, and I am happy to report this fish has made it. It's officially been alive for over a week. We have a fish. We ended up just getting a betta and just like doing that. And now we think we're going to put some snails in the tank with it, because apparently that's like a thing that you can put in with a betta. But he's happy in there, and he's a betta fish in a 10-gallon tank. But the kids are happy, we're happy, and he is swimming around, and his name is Kraken. Kraken. Anyway, like the Kraken, like the sea monster. I don't know. My daughter has like been really into like mythological creatures lately and learning about mythological creatures. So that's what we named the fish. We also did like a little bit of crafting with the kids this day. We made some stuff out of like pressed flowers, and I gave my husband a haircut, and we played with the neighbors, like I said, and that's when we found out about our crazy house coincidence. And then my mom and dad were over for dinner, and we got from our favorite chicken place, which has really, really amazing Peruvian chicken, which is so delicious. And we hadn't had it in like a really long time. And usually that would be in our regular rotation, but we have just literally been alternating between Korean and Thai for takeout for like such a long time now, and I have no intention of stopping that. I'm actually like, as I'm thinking about it right now, I'm gonna cook dinner tonight because it's Sunday and I always cook on Sundays, but I am just like, yeah, actually Thai food sounds so good, because we were gonna get it last week but we didn't. Anyway, that is pretty much everything. I'm just filling this out. I did all of like the little amount of washi and dividers as I went along, and I also did like the deco as I went along, so I don't have any of that stuff to put in. I did use a lot of foil scripts this week, and that slows me down while I'm writing, but I also think it helps me keep my handwriting clean. And then I had but it also makes me not go super in order. But anyway, I think it's working. I feel like it takes me so much longer to fill stuff out than it used to, but on the flip side, and then I don't really like feel like doing it because I know it's going to take a long time, but on the flip side of that, it ends up looking a lot better, which makes me happy in the long run. Anyway, I am just writing down the meals there, and then that will be everything for this week.
Okay, that is everything all finished up. While I was just off camera, I went ahead and grabbed a day extender. I totally forgot that the whole point of having this second full box down at the bottom was so that I could stick my COVID-19 vaccine right there on it. I saved the sticker from when I got the shot on Wednesday so that I could go ahead and put that in the spread, but without having to deal with like that very, very bright yellow. Although there is yellow in the spread. Not at all the same yellow, but so I went ahead and did that just using a day extender that I had in my stash, so I can save that. I love that. Love doing that. Super fun. I did stuff like that on like the week that my baby was born and stuff like that. I don't know. Next time, I didn't get a vote sticker this year because I voted by mail, but next time if I get a vote sticker, I'll have to do something like that too. Anyway, let me show you what I have left from the kit. It is quite a bit because these kits are absolutely enormous. I did use one of the extra full boxes, but not the Fashion Girls. I just haven't super been feeling Fashion Girls lately, although, you know, every once in a while there is one or like some that I really do like. Like I said, these kits just come with so much. I don't think you could use all of the stickers in these kit. I do wish, the only thing that I feel like is missing is some more little thing size stuff, because you really only get these 4 labels, and they're actually a little bit bigger than little thing size, and this was a pretty busy week, so I could have used like a teensy bit more space, but I really just crammed everything in there, so it's totally fine. Anyway, that is everything for this video, so if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!